Africa, welcome to the Let's Feed Africa, the only show where the headlines are depressing, but the jokes are tax-free. And now let's talk about South Sudan, where politics is less about leadership, but more about musical chairs with live ammunitions. So this week, President Salva Kiir fired his army chief again, and then brought back the same guy he fired 3 months ago. Yes, folks, the man fired his general and then replaced him, then fired the replacement, and then brought back the same guy he fired 3 months ago. Yeah, at this point, South Sudan's army command is being run like a WhatsApp group at the fight. Apparently, the new old general is called Paul Nagimajok, replacing Dao Atarjuang, who is now being reassigned as technical advisor. Yeah, in African politics, technical advisor usually means we didn't fire you. Well, we just muted you. Yeah. And this isn't even new. Kiir fired Majok in July and then replaced him with Atarjong. Then fired Atarjong in October and then brought back Majok. Yeah, you know you've overstayed your presidency when your appointments have returning characters. Yeah, it's like Netflix reboot, The General Season 3. Now with extra confusions. Honestly, if you work in Kiir's government, don't unpack your office box. Just keep your stapler in your bag. You could be reassigned before lunch. Now, President Salva Kiir has been running South Sudan since independence in 2011. That's 14 years. Yeah, he has seen more coups, more reshuffles, more comebacks than the Premier League coaches. Yeah, at this point, the cabinet sends faster than your M-Pesa balance after payday. And of course, hovering in the background is his old frenemy, Riek Machar, South Sudan's political boomerang. No matter how far you throw him, he always comes back with a new title. But this time, Machar is in trouble again. Yeah, he's under house arrest and facing charges of murder, treason, and crime against humanity. You know, just your average Thursday in African politics. They say he has been supporting militias from his ethnic group, and that is after signing peace deal in 2018. Yeah, at this point, Machar and Kiir's relationship makes Tom and Jerry look emotionally mature. I mean, these two have fought, split, reunited, fought again, shared power, fought again. If they were not politicians, they would have already so-called keeping up with Kupudasians. And now elections have been postponed again. Again? Yeah, South Sudan's elections are like friend's wedding, always coming soon, but nobody's sure when. And half of the guests have fled the country. Analysts say Kiir keeps reshuffling the government to consolidate power and to keep the factions satisfied. Yeah, translation, everybody is confused and nobody has time to rebel. And the UN says South Sudanese leaders are involved in systematic looting of national wealth. Systematic looting? That's just corruption with the PowerPoint presentation. Come on. Yeah. Honestly, if corruption was an Olympic sport, South Sudan would come home with all the gold, though they will mysteriously disappear at customs. Yeah. And poor South Sudanese citizens, they have seen so many generals come and go. Even the national anthem should just start with, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's Chief of Defense." Every month there is a new reshuffle, and the official reason is always to enhance efficiency. Yeah, because nothing says efficiency like fire a new general 4 times in one fiscal quarter. Let's be honest, though at 74, President Kiir is playing Game of Thrones Juba edition. Yeah, he's trying to keep every faction happy, every rival quiet, and every general guessing if they still have a job. Yeah, it's less about strategy and more about survival, political and biological. Meanwhile, the people of South Sudan are still waiting for roads, schools, and hospitals. But hey, at least the army is getting new boss every season. Keeps things fresh, you know? So, to summarize, Kiir fired the general, rehired the fired general, fired the new general, and rehired the old general. Yeah, and all this while his rival is on trial for treason. It's not a country at this point, it's just a soap opera with military funding. And honestly, the only thing in South Sudan that's truly consistent is the inconsistency. South Sudan, the only place where your job title changes faster than the weather forecast, and the weather forecast is always partly cloudy and 70% chances of reshuffling. I'm Gilbert Drapari, this is the latest Figures Maker. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back.